I'm Alexandra Singleton, and I am a senior in the BFA program.
My name's Elisa. I'm a political science and religious studies double major.
My name is Key Air Anderson. I'm a senior English major, applied psychology minor.
My name is Mina Basmasi, and I'm a third-year English and religious studies major.
My name is Raymond Matthews. I'm a fourth-year political science major with a minor in professional writing.
I'm near campus right now. I have 7 housemates. It is a little chaotic, but it's nice.
We have 11 roommates in total, and we are pretty COVID conscious, but obviously it's like a lot of people to live with just in general.
When COVID hit, I was a little stressed out because I didn't have any stable home structure in California. So I moved with an aunt all the way to Georgia.
I've been in Sacramento, so at home with my family since March.
I'm living in IB on Seville right now.
I've had to embrace the world of Zoom plays and staring at the little green dot instead of actually looking at your partner.
It's just hard, especially because holidays are coming up and I want to go home to see my parents, but I also don't want to infect them if I get infected.
I feed off of feedback, being able to be in a classroom, talking with my professor, or engaging with my peers about different conversations. So it was a little harder.
At first, it was pretty difficult because I feel like my household is very loud, and I have a pet parrot and he's just always kind of doing his thing. But I found the flexibility and the empathy that my professors showed has been really helpful.
It's been just kind of a challenge of trying to self-motivate yourself and trying to find ways to be self-discipline, not only the pandemic, but also with the election and everything, especially since that was during midterm season. But it's definitely a lot more difficult than it would be if we were physically in person and kind of doing things in the traditional way.
A group of my friends and I have been doing this little mockumentary or a short series called Unit 24, which is this zombie apocalypse mockumentary in Isla Vista, which has been keeping us sane. We all get COVID tests a couple days before shooting, make sure that they all come back negative, and then we're all right, let's go!
One of my roommates learned how to bake bread from scratch, so I've been getting really great bread lately. We exercise as a house now, which is cool. I've never really done that before. And then we do communal dinners, so it's nice to cook for a lot of people.
We'll do our own paint and sip. So I'm no artist at all, but it's a way for me to tap into that creative aspect, because on campus we had the actual walk-in art department, so I just kind of wanted to mimic that. But I've also started pole dancing classes, super random, but I wanted to do something to build my confidence and lose weight, and I've been doing that.
I've totally indulged my inner grandmother. I don't know if you can see it, but I got a xylophone and I've been learning how to play it. I made a cheesecake last night. I've been reading, and so it's been really fun. I feel very creatively satisfied.
I've been doing a lot more kind of writing for myself, so things personal essays and more opinion pieces that have been a bit less rigid and have kind of allowed me to use writing as more of a kind of cathartic self-exercise.
I want to go back into the Hatland Theater and 1507 and 1703 and 1143 and all these little rooms that there are numbers that have no meaning unless you live in those rooms constantly, and those are your home. And God, I miss them. You don't think you're going to miss rooms, but you do.
My hopes, I want cases to go down in IV.
So as we move forward into 2021, I just want to contribute in any way that I can, the expansion of everyone having access to resources as far as mental health or tools to paint or, gardening.
My hope would be that people continue to be mindful of the pandemic. People continue to behave selfishly. We're not going to be able to open things back up and be in person.
Probably the number one, the vaccine that just came out. I'm excited that we might get to actually leave the house without doing things as you normally would. People have kind of been prompted to be a bit more explorative in their creative fields. I think there's been a lot of really good music and art and actual writing written. I hope that as we continue to kind of adapt and get used to the quarantine, that we keep seeing those kind of interesting forms of creative expression, whatever form that takes on.